Sakura, okay! I don't know why that had to be said, but you know what? Go for it, girl. Go for it. Hello, lovelies. I'm C, and welcome back to another episode of Naruto Shippuden. The last ones were pretty sad. Just a little bit, just a little sad. Might have had a few tears here and there. It's hard with Obito just because, I mean, essentially I started watching those episodes first before I even continued into the Naruto Shippuden, like, series. Specifically, not Naruto, but Naruto Shippuden. And, you know, it's like, that was the first pain I got to feel, and now it's such a duality with how I feel because of, you know, love Obito, didn't really love Toby. So a lot of confusing emotions, but I still appreciate the ending that they gave him where he, you know, was himself at the end. And we'll see how things progress moving forward after such a sad moment. Sad moments. Oh god. But yeah, I don't know how this turned into a whole thing, but let's just get straight into the episode. I've spoken enough. Damn. Damn. I like that they've made him a kid again because the truth is he really did kind of die at that age. Damn. Like, the person he became after this was not the same one he was. So Obito really did kind of die and then almost got reborn through Naruto. I like that they make Kakashi a kid too. Damn! Wow. Fix. Oh, he has two! But what does he mean, fixed time limit? What does that mean? He has two. Representing the tails. Damn. I love it. I love it. I mean, she's obviously still alive, but hopefully that at least, you know, injured. Ooh. It's like Sasuke got stuck in the blast. I was about to say, I guess her arm can't come back. Wait. Wait, what? What? Oh. Oh. Oh, this is could be positive. Never mind. Damn. Wow. Kakashi! Exactly. There you go. There you go. Oh, this is such a like roller coaster episode. I start out crying and now I'm just like hyped as because I was even thinking, I'm like, the Sunner looks different. Ooh. Hey. Man got his Sharingan back and was like, let's go. I'm ready. Oh. So his eyes are already enhanced. I love it. What? Um. What is going on here? So she's back, but what is the big black orb? Oh my god. Shit. Shit. That's what. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kill her. Kill her! Yeah. It's like, it's huge. Wow. Exactly. Rabbit granny. Okay. I don't like that. What do you mean last mission? Uh-oh. I mean, Shikamaru found a way to neutralize Hidan, so... What? Oh, shit! Oh! Oh, no! No. 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 I was hoping that's what happened. With a twist? Shit, kill Zetsu! Black Zetsu needs to go! Okay. It's a clone. Nah, it's gotta be coming from somewhere else. Oh, never mind! Damn. Sakura, okay. I don't know why that had to be said, but you know what? Go for it, girl. Go for it. He's like a proud sensei right now. Oh, damn. Why does this keep trying to hit my heart? I'm not shocked. Well, I'll start working on that clan, man. You're gonna have to have a lot of kids for that. They've grown so much. Like, you ask them this question now, probably the only person that's like on the same page is actually Naruto. Like, Sasuke's grown out of where he was, and Sakura's a lot more in tune with what she wants as opposed to just who she wants. And it's nice to see even how much Kakashi himself has grown. Oh, so beautiful. So they, okay, so Something's gonna go wrong. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Whoa. Okay. The way my girl was free falling though. Yeah, like it's gonna just take her over completely. Oh, yes! It's amazing. I love how they're putting respect on his name. Even if they didn't say it. Wow. Uh-oh. Oh! Wait, what? Like what? Okay, I hope he is taking care. Yes! 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 Destroying everybody's life. What? And it wasn't Black Zetsu. Yeah, go hang out with your mom. The joy. The inner joy I feel right now. And the pride. It's gonna keep growing. Yo, he didn't need to do that last flip. He did not need to do it. No. He never premature celebrate. Like, didn't we just see a Madara jump, like, get tossed out? Kurama? Can I genuinely just feel like happiness right now? Like, is it over? Moving forward? Positivity? The war has been won? Aww. Oh, so sweet. I remember when he went home and he didn't have anyone welcoming him. Wow. I love it. Wow, team effort. So it's really over? 100%? I can stop feeling tense?
わしは大筒木羽衣。
でしょうね。ここまで来るともうびっくりするのも疲れちゃう。
Yeah, he's essentially like a deity.
どうやらよ、
Who's
言っ
he?
たようじゃねえのよ。死んどる間、
I feel like I've seen him in like a flashback.
まったく美獣がここまで揃うの初めてだな。陸道戦。
Who's he?
まるでおとぎ話の中に迷う。
A lot of them died young.
よくぞ皆を導き、母を封印してくれた。これこそ神の見業よの。
Damn! Kakashi, stop being so humble.
それにかつての友が私に力を貸してくれましたから。だから言った。よくぞ皆を導いたと。たちの死でお人の友であり続け。
Never forgot who he was.
でなければおそらく母は止められなかったであろう。
Such a nice message. Staying true to yourself.
俺と離れて寂しくなったね。会いたかったぜ。
でけえよせよ。寂しくなんかねえよ。わしの半分はそっち入ってんだろうが。あのクラマが恥ずかしがって合わせてだがこれこそわしが思い描いたもの。
It is as it should
美
be.
獣たちすら自ら協力したくなる。そういう忍びが現れたのだからな。
Dang, what was that? A little bit of side eye between those two.
忍びの世界を無茶苦茶にしてしまった。
I mean, this is gonna happen eventually because of Black Zetsu. Sometimes you don't need words.
最後は敵でなく友として別れができる。人助けばかりで遅刻していたあの頃のお前とな。にとってはそれだけでいい。
I mean, I could love a hug right now.
ありがとな、カカシ。
Just to make me cry, they did that. They did that on purpose. To attack me.
もう行くよ。リンを待たせてっから。遅刻の言い訳は考えてあるんだ。お前を助けてくるって前もって言っといた。そうか。こっちこそ。
ありがとうな、オビト。
Damn. So it's gone. So you only had the Sharingan for a bit to help out. Wow. Wow. Everyone's getting their moment.
マダラは一度人中力となった。美獣たちが抜けた今。
Wow. So that's what was happening.
お前たちの前任者の最後だ。見ておくといい。柱間か。うん。
Damn.
俺が望んでも届かないものだ。そう簡単にいくか。だから託していかねばな。先の者がやってくれる。相変わらず甘いな。お前はいつも楽観的だった。 それが正しいのかもしれんな。俺の夢はついえた。だがお前の夢はまだつながっている。急ぎすぎたな。
Yeah, and that's the truth, right?
動かなくてもよかったのだ。後ろをついてきてくれるもの。
Exactly. It's all about building. You build one part, next generation keeps building on it and building on it until you achieve something as close to what everybody wants as possible.
ガキの頃、お前は俺たちは忍びでいつ死ぬかもわからぬと言った。互いに死なぬ方法があるとすれば、仇同士、腹の中を見せ合って兄弟の杯を組み交わすしか。だがもう互いに死ぬ。今ならただ戦友として酒を組み交わせる。戦友か。
Been through the trenches, man.
まあ、それなら。
Wow. Madara is sad again because he was manipulated. Such a promising person who just took the wrong path thinking he was doing the right thing. And that's just how it goes. Well, we know what's coming, so let's just get that ready.
そうだ、言っとかなきゃなって思ってたんだ。
Wait, what? Meaning to tell him what?
誕生日おめでとう。本当に立派になったね、ナルト。
サンキュー。
いつまでもここにいるわけにはいかない。お別れだ。クシナにいろいろ伝えておくよ。
俺ってばちゃんと飯食ってっから大丈夫だって言ってくれ。好き嫌いしねえでいろいろ食べてんだ。豚骨に味噌に醤油にラーメンばっかり。もちろん。風呂もほぼ。
He should be doing that every day.
それから友達はいっぱいできたんだ。みんないいやつなんだ。それから勉強は全くうまくいかないけど全く落ち込まないっていう自信っつうのかな。もちろん三代目やカカシ先生の言うこともちゃんと聞いてたぞ。尊敬してるし、ここにいるから直接聞いてもいいってばよ。それと忍びの参勤で参勤についちゃダメだったけど、エロ仙人は3人としちゃかっけえ忍びで一番尊敬してんだ。今日17歳になったばっかだから酒もまだよくわかんねえ。ただ母ちゃんは母ちゃんみたいな女を見つけろって言ってたけど、それは母ちゃんの言ったこと全部うまくいってねえけどそこそこ頑張ってんだ。夢だってちゃんとある。俺ってば父ちゃんを越すほかげになる。絶対なるからな。 心配なんかすんなってしっかりやってんだって
Ah.
全部しっかり伝えておくよ。
Well, that was just crying. I was just crying. Oh, it was so sweet. I'm actually shocked that it's over. Genuinely, like, I don't know why, but I feel like it's not over. But I'm trying to trust. I'm trying to trust the show. There's been so many, like, continuous surprises that it's like, at this point, I don't even trust it. And I'm still kind of like, what's next? But I'm hoping this is the end. Kaguya's end. I'm sure some people will think like, oh, I wanted more, maybe just, because it did come to quite a sudden and surprising end. But I think having Team 7 working together and, all of them being a piece that went into Kaguya's end was such a nice touch, because that's how the series really started, right? Like Naruto joining with Sasuke and Sakura to be taught by Kakashi, and it was like that team was the main team for the series. And they went through so many ups and downs, but it's like when the world was at stake, every single piece that they brought to the table is how the world could have been saved. Like Kakashi building that into them, to work together and the importance of that. And, everyone going on their separate independent journeys is what made it so that they could, in the end, succeed. And then we also have to shout out Obito and not Toby. We're not going into Toby, because everybody knows I'm not a fan of Toby and the things that Toby did. But I do like that, that piece of Obito that never died. Even though, yes, I did say he died. But I mean, like, there was still a part of him that was in there. But for the most part, he died when everybody thought he had died, because the person he grew into was Toby. But there was always that piece of Obito still in there. And I like that it was through Obito that Kakashi found his own strength, right? Because there was that moment where he was standing there where he felt useless, and he felt that there was no importance to him and he couldn't contribute anything. And Obito kind of gave him that purpose back. And it was through that he was able to bring everyone together, come up with a strategy, and use that strategy to actually help them succeed. So shout out to Obito and giving him the Sharingan for a little bit. It was so sad though when he was like, yeah, I'm no longer Kakashi of the Sharingan or whatever. And it's just like, why? Please give him something back, even if it's just like one eye. Oh man, it just made me think like how dangerous Kakashi could be with both eyes. Look at what he was able to accomplish in just a few minutes. The Susanoo, like I wish. But the way that they just be taking eyes, like maybe there's a set somewhere he can borrow. That sounded so wrong, but it's true. It's true. But yeah, also the most beautiful part with that ending with Minato and Naruto. It's like everything in it was such a nice accumulation of all the things that are like a throwback to things that have happened in the past. Like those moments when Naruto used to come home and nobody was there, and he just wanted, you know, to hear that. And I think that came in which one was it? The movie where he's like displaced in time or whatever. That moment when he went home and like his parents were there. So the fact that Minato was just like, you know, welcome back, welcome home or whatever to Naruto, that was a nice touch. And then him saying happy birthday, it's just all of it was nice because in the movie, it wasn't really for that Naruto that all of this was being done. And so to see it happen in like this timeline and him be able to know that, like, you know, his dad had told him happy birthday when he turned 17, and, you know, he said welcome home when he saved the world. Like, all these memories he can now have of his parents, and it's memories where they know who he is and that he's their son, and, you know, they can be proud for all the things he did. And then him kind of throwing back when, you know, Kushina was just like, I want him to do this and this and this. And I'm like, yeah, I do this and this and I try to do that. And it's just, it was just so wholesome because it's something he never could do. And, you know, like, we all know Naruto is a talker. And so, like, him being able to be himself and express himself in that way that was so similar to his mom, but like in Naruto fashion, it just felt very connected to them. I wish there could have been a hug, but I know like Minato didn't have the arms or anything, so I'm not going after that. Maybe I could have seen that from Obito and Kakashi, but I'm not gonna go after it. You know, men say goodbye differently, I'm sure, so whatever. I couldn't get a hug. But yeah, it was just so many beautiful moments in farewells here that were so sad, yet so powerful. Because it's like the characters needed that. Even with Kakashi, where he was like, you know, this time we're saying goodbye as friends and not enemies. It was just, it was nice because he never really had that, right? Like he didn't realize that Obito was still alive. So and then when he thought he had died, and all that stuff with Toby, it's just like, you know, we're saying goodbye. This is the end, but I'm saying goodbye to a friend and somebody who I will remember fondly. And so much beauty, so much beauty. Like they're all farewells and they're all sad, but it's like this horrible experience did have positives. And the same thing, like I'm don't worry, I'm about to bring up Black Zetsu. With like everything with Black Zetsu and, you know, him saying he'd do it again, it really does show though that this was going to happen. Madara sadly was just the perfect piece to really push things to the extreme. He was powerful enough, he was intelligent enough, and he was malleable enough. And so if it hadn't been Madara, it would have been somebody else, potentially even Sasuke. So, you know, I can be mad at Madara, obviously, for the things he did, but it's understandable that he was in a very vulnerable situation, and now knowing more of the history and the politics of what was happening, it was like I don't want to say an easy mark, but it was a lot easier for Zetsu to manipulate him. And so I'm kind of happy that this is just, you know, it's done. Black Zetsu, thanks to Naruto, that was the best. Like, I loved it when he just threw his ass up there, and you know, Black Zetsu's gone. And, you know, at this point, I'm just hoping that, you know, if you have anger or you have issues that need to be addressed, that it's something that comes from that person and not from outside influences of Black Zetsu manipulating a whole ass group of people to do what his mom wants him to do. So moving forward, I'm hoping that a lot more of the disagreements come from real issues and not misinformation that Black Zetsu was left for the next generation. And hopefully they start writing more of their history down in like much more of mass volume. Like everybody gets a history book. Everybody knows the background. So it's harder to change it moving forward because it's definitely showing that these people do not know their history, and it became a bit of an issue that they didn't. But yeah, Kakashi, Obito, Madara, Hashirama, Minato, Naruto, so many beautiful farewells. And again, a lot of these characters have done some horrible shit. But I think that we can agree that anger and hatred can lead you down a path and to a person you don't necessarily start out as, but it doesn't change the fact that even good people can do bad things and bad people can do good things. And where exactly I would put Madara on that list, I couldn't tell you. I do feel like Obito was a good person in the end who did bad things. I don't think Toby is a great reflection of who he actually is, which is why in the end he was such a drastically different person, because Toby was the drastic change, not Obito. Obito lost himself, and it was very telling with the fact that he didn't have an identity. He didn't consider himself like a person with a name. He had just lost everything that he was. So I do consider him a good person who definitely lost himself and did very bad things. Madara's a little bit more in the middle of that, where he's done good things and he's done bad things, but I don't know if I would even consider him a bad or a good person. He's just a very complex character who struggled with many issues based off of the time period, his losses, and I mean, he went to war at a very young age, and I consider the constant battles between clans as war because they were putting these kids in it. So, you know, he was very much impacted by these things very young, and I do think that also shaped the way he saw the world, where everything was very much a battle and a struggle for dominance and power, because that is what he was used to. And that's why I wonder if things could have been different if he had been given a little bit more power as like dual Hokages in the Leaf Village, just because it would have made him feel like he could do things and he had the power to contribute more. Whereas without it, you know, he felt like he needed to find a way to grow his power. But that could also have done the opposite, where in a position of power, maybe he would have taken like all the information on the scroll and used that to make things progress with the Suko Nami? I can't even remember anymore. But maybe he would have progressed things and it would have happened faster because he had more power. So who knows, right? That's the complexity of his character and in the storytelling, where we really don't know. Every little piece was put into place for a reason with Black Zetsu, and what he could have done with Madara if he was already a Hokage from the jump, I don't know. It's a very, very great story when I can see so many different routes that it could have taken and still made sense in the context of the world that has been created based off the history that has also been given. But yeah, this Naruto is definitely, like, I can admit Naruto is one of the best animes I've ever watched. There have been other animes where I have considered and questioned, but like the way that it's able to emotionally make you connect to not just the characters but even the story, and understand how the story is also a reflection of our own society nowadays and all the struggles, because it's showing you like the continuous cycle, and that certain issues are not necessarily to a clan or a village, but it's just a human thing where certain things will always be a problem, and something that you always have to be considerate of in others when you try to create a community, whether that's a city or a country or whatever. So I definitely think it's as a show everyone should watch at some point in their life. I think watching this as an adult, it will work for some people. Some people as a kid, you will grasp the concept very, very quickly. Personally, I do think this was made for me as an adult. I'm not to say I was like, a kid who wouldn't have gotten it, but it would not have hit me as powerfully as it does if I had been a kid. Because a lot of it would have just gone right over my head. So I definitely appreciate the story. I appreciate the characters. I appreciate the way they tell the story. I could see how Kaguya might feel like a piece that doesn't belong. But after seeing more of the story, I do think that she fits in as, the character who just could not. It's like the beginning, right, where you see the very first character who felt that anger and that loss of themselves, but just was never able to recover from it. It's like it stayed forever. She tried to kind of put those pieces back together with her children, but that anger, it festered and it festered and it festered. And she almost seems like, somebody to be pitied, because it's like in the end, she's just fighting for power and dominance and didn't care if there was nobody there with her. It was just all that mattered. And look at the creation she made in Black Zetsu. He's just pure evil. Like, I want to find something redeeming about him. Maybe the fact that he loved his mother so much, but it just seemed like he was a personification of her own hatred. And that's why he didn't give a shit about anything but her. But yeah, I think I've spoken enough. I've just been going off, man. It's just, I loved it. I'm feeling like, is this really the end? But a part of me is always got that little anxiety where I'm like, can I be happy? Can I be happy it's over? Or is there something, one little thing that's gonna come up and I'm like, damn it, I knew it. But yeah. Now though, I do question what Kaguya was like waiting for, like what was supposed to be coming. That's like a huge open-ended, like, what what was she worried about? Do we ever find out? Because yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I've been doing enough of that. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks to everyone on Patreon for your continued support. I mean, I'm hoping it's the end of the war and we can just move forward with saving everybody, but we'll see. We'll see. Tentatively. Tentatively hopeful right now. But yeah, until next time, bye.